What is going on, y'all? I am super hyped to show off this Alolan Mightyena and Alolan Poochyena. Before I get into literally any of my logistical thought process, gameplay stuff, I want to have some quick disclaimers for any new viewers who might be joining us. Welcome. If you're curious as to what Pokemon Sweltering Sun is, you can check out the link down below in the description, and you can check out the video that will kind of explain it more in depth. It wasn't made by me, but a fan made it, and I was like, you know what, it's a pretty good video. So there you go. Check that out if you're curious as to, like, the general idea behind the ROM hack. And then, of course, the download link is down below in the description in my Discord server, and you can also join the community. It's a very active community, and you can check out my streams. I stream the game pretty frequently. You can check out. Also, I have VODs uploaded, so you can check all those out with timestamps and see myself play the game and how the game plays that way. I think that's about it. The documentation, the Google Sheets, the news decks is also linked down below in the description. Uh, and yeah, make sure you check that out. Also, if you like this Mightyena, this more hyena-esque Mightyena, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Join the Discord server, do all that fun stuff. I would very much appreciate that. But with that out of the way, the first thing I'm gonna address is the fact that this is not like a Alolan Mightyena. It's hyenas live in Africa. What the hell is an African hyena doing in Alola in Hawaii? Look, so I made Sweltering Sun a long time, not a long time ago, but a good while ago, and I've been updating it obviously frequently ever since. But when I figured out I can do custom forms, I wanted to give Pokemon that I thought were boring a new coat of paint. Cool new tools, like even more than their buffs already. Like Mightyena was already a good Pokemon in Sweltering Sun. It had good speed, good attack, good utility moves, intimidate, good offensive, coverage, strong jaw. It was a strong, good Pokemon, but it was kind of boring, and it sucks because I like Mightyena. I like Mightyena a lot, actually. I love it even more now. I think this looks amazing. I guess I should start showing off the showcase now, shouldn't I? So this is the Poochyena. I love the Poochyena. Honestly, like, I almost weirdly like the Poochyena more. I love them both, though. It's hard to pick. So there's two things I wanted to address: the whole Alolan versus regional debacle, because yes, I'm aware that this is not like a traditional Alolan Pokemon. I was even gonna call these Doozian forms at some point, but people were telling me that sounded dumb, so I just kept Alolan. Don't overthink it too much, all right? I know it doesn't make the most sense to be Alola. It's mostly just because I wanted to give this guy a new form, and it's the only one that made real sense. So as for the typing, that might confuse some people, why it's Rock type and not Ground type. I did want to make it Ground type initially, but that had a lot of a lot of the point of this ROM hack is to make Pokemon stand out from one another, to make them unique, and like fun to use and not have overlap. So Crocodile is already a dark ground type. He also has strong jaw. He also has intimidate. The pre-evolutions also has Moxie. Crocorock has an option with Moxie, and you can even keep Crocorock over Crocodile if you want to keep Moxie. All that fun stuff. So all the cool abilities that I wanted to give this guy were taken up. So the only ones I had left was stuff like Sheer Force and I also like ground stat was an issue because Mightyena doesn't make much sense to learn many strong ground moves. I mean, Headlong Rush for late game makes sense, enough sense at least. You got some Stomping Tantrum stuff, but it didn't end up working out. So I thought Dark Rock was also. I'm showing off the eye patterns because I love them. I think they're sick. I cooked with this one. I love the pattern. Oh, a fun fact about this one. First of all, the fangs and the claws are supposed to look like rocks, like actual rock. And the patterns are also obviously supposed to invoke rock and the color scheme. I also fixed his stupid ass bald spot. If you don't remember, base Mightyena literally has like no hair here down its entire back. It has like this weird line down its whole body, and I think it looks goofy as hell. If you look up a picture of Mightyena right now, you'll probably never be able to unsee it. I also gave him a muzzle, which I think looks really nice. Look at bro's ear. It's twitching. All right. Man, I really love the way these guys came out, though. I could also show the Poochyena. I really love how these guys came out, but back on topic for the typing thing. Yeah, rock typing fits well enough, and it's really cool because like they can get strong jaw jagged fangs, which is a rock type crunch, and then they get actual strong jaw crunch because they're hyenas. Strong jaw obviously makes a lot of sense, and then yeah, I just thought it was a way. Also, it's like a more unique offensive typing. There's a few other dark rock types in this game. Tyranitar, Lycanroc, Midnight, and Lunatone are all dark rock, but they all function pretty differently from one another. The most similar ones, I guess, would be Lycanroc and Mightyena, but Lycanroc still functions pretty damn differently. It's got Ruthless instead of Strong Jaw, and then it's got Intimidate for defensive utility, while this guy has two offensive abilities, and Moxie and Strong Jaw, which I'll get into later on in the gameplay section, so you can skip there if you're more interested in that. But These are the shinies. Pretty obvious, pretty like it's a goat shiny, right? It's literally just base Mightyana's colors. They look pretty cool. It's like just I couldn't resist making it like the base colors because with the patterns, I think it looks really cool. So that's a really cool shiny in my opinion. Um, and yeah, I love these guys so much, man. It was pretty tedious. So fun fact about the texture for these guys, their spots, their entire body has two separate textures and then a duplicate texture for each section. So basically, when I was editing the spots on, which is already tedious enough, it takes enough effort like to do to make it look good. I realized the shading. There's a second a texture that's literally just for shading, and if you don't edit that one with the exact same pattern, the spots look awful and they are like basically pitch black and you can't really see them. It's weird. It was like a weird graphical thing. So I had to like manually copy paste and then color over with the shading colors. It was really tedious. I had to do everything twice basically. So these guys took me a while, but I'm really happy with how they turned out. I really like how they look, even if they were tedious. I'm sad I had one in one of my stream runs and spoiler alert, it died to some BS, but that doesn't matter right now. Point is, that's, pretty obvious. Spotted hyena, rock type. I just really like the way they turned out. Hopefully you do as well. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. But with that out of the way, I think I covered pretty much everything in terms of the gameplay showcase. So now I can show off the mechanical stuff on the dues decks. Again, the link to this spreadsheet is in the description down below. I guess I can show them in battle real quick. I didn't do that, did I? I'll show them real quick. Oops, I gotta switch my tabs. Show them super quick. Why not? So I'll show them. Why not? Sandstorm's kind of ruining it, isn't it? It kind of looks ugly. It's hard to see, but there you go. You can see him in battle well enough. And I'll switch in the Pokémon as well. Actually, I'll just click Jagged Fangs for the hell of it. It's a cool move. Yeah, I love the strong jaw Jagged Fangs on this mon. It's so, I don't know, I just love the idea of that. Because his fangs are literally made of rock. Like, if you read the Pokédex entries, which you can read in my Discord server, the fangs are literally just rock. And the claws are rock. So it's pretty dope. Alright, come on. Go away. I hate this desert, man. This is the worst area in the game, bro. And obviously this mon will appear earlier in the game. I tried to make literally every single Pokemon appear like well before it evolves, so you can actually get usage out of the pre-evolutions because they often have different tools or cool stuff to use. And this is no exception. Pokémon is still in the early game, but you can also get it here if you can I fucking... There we go. My bad. I pressed the wrong button. I pressed the pause button. All right. So with that all out of the way, though, I am going to open up the spreadsheet, and I'm going to show you guys, if I just type in Mightyena, I'm going to show y'all what they're packing right now. So, yeah, I really do love these. Yeah, they've got Moxie, and then Poochyena for the early game has Defiant. That's a really good ability for early game because a lot of attacking moves have guaranteed chances to drop attack and special attack to help you deal with, like just it's nice like defensive counterplay. But as a result of that, a lot of the Pokemon early game are going to be using those moves on you, and then as a result of that, you can switch in and get that +2 attack. Even versus Hala, for example, his Scraggy leads with Intimidate, so you can do that, and then you get Hoodwink at level 20, and you can try to kill that with a Hoodwink. And I myself used, like, I remember you might think, oh, this mon sucks for Hala, but part of the beauty of Sweltering Sun is every single Pokemon can be used for every single boss fight, straight up. You can find a use for it, I'm sure, because of all the crazy item changes and the move changes and all that fun stuff, and EV training, not to mention the fact that every Pokemon gets 2 good abilities that they can switch between with an infinite ability capsule, and again, the instant EV training system, meaning you can easily and quickly customize your EV spreads whenever you want to. It's really good. It's really, really good. It allows you a lot of customizability and a lot of freedom. So for example, in my Hala fight, on my Alolan Poochyena, I switched it in on a Thunder Punch from their Alolan Mankey, and then I Quick Claw Hoodwinked it and I one-shotted it. So like there you go, Poochyena just beat a Mankey. It's not, you have to think a little bit, but it's like you can get leverage out of these mons, even if they have a quote-unquote bad matchup. Speaking of bad matchups, yes, it does have a 4x weakness, but first of all, this isn't really a defensive Pokemon, although you can actually use it defensively somewhat for certain fights. I mean, I've even done that. I've run bulky spreads on mine. Battlecry 28 is really nice for Totem Pokemon, for Totem Lurantis, and Totem Togedemaru, and Totem Mimikyu if you want to keep it for that long. I don't know if I would, but I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, if you needed to. It's also got Parting Shot. It's got, some other nice defensive tools that you can take advantage of. But the main fun of this mon is the offensive stuff. So like I said, Strong Jaw, it has a rock type biting move, 85 base power, same as Crunch. Both of those boost up to 128 base power with Strong Jaw. So those are really good. They're also pretty early on. Level 34 is like pretty damn generous to get those moves with Strong Jaw. Obviously Moxie's still really good with Choice Scarf for certain boss fights. You can switch him in, or you can even try like an agility, endure, weakness policy. Moxie said you can cook, man. You can really cook and like get some sweeps going with Moxie. It's still a bit harder to do than in a vanilla hack, like in typical vanilla plus, like, you know, like where they don't think that much about the trainer games, the trainer rosters, but also like it's not like this is Kai's level difficulty. Like the game is literally balanced around the fact that you can use any Pokemon to beat any boss fight, but that doesn't make it easy. It's still challenging. It's pretty challenging, especially if you aren't familiar with, like, you need to get a hang of all the changes before you can like expect to do well in the nuzlocke of this game. But this isn't what this video is about. I'm getting sidetracked. All right. Um, yeah. Strong Jaw, you got all those great coverage moves. You got Psychic Fangs, Fire Fang, Ice Fang, Thunder Fang, Poison Fang. All of those. So Psychic Fangs is the same as Crunch in that it's 128 base power with Strong Jaw. The other 4 Fangs are all 112 base power with Strong Jaw, so those are still pretty damn good. And you can teach those whenever you want. So, you know, for a certain boss fight, you need to hit a certain coverage move. You can teach those. However, your dual stab is really good already. You don't need coverage that often. In terms of boosting options, you also got stuff like Z Camouflage, which I thought fit because of their spots. Z Camouflage gives you an Omni boost, and you also change your typing. So, like, for example, versus Guzma, you could do, like, Z Camouflage and, like, in terrain or something or whatever, and change your type to not be weak to Bug anymore, and you can go from there. Later in the game at level 60, you get Z Acclimate, which will give you the same exact effect, like +1 to all your stats. It's also priority, so it goes before stuff like Taunt. But the main benefit of Acclimate, it functions like conversion. So essentially, it'll change your type to match the move at the top of your learn set. So say you have Fire Fang, you run Z Acclimate, Strong Jaw, Fire Fang. Now you have Stab, Fire Fang, Strong Jaw, and +1 speed, and +1 attack, and +1 to defenses. And that sounds really crazy, and it is on paper, but it's not. It's difficult to pull off in a lot of situations because the AI in this game is often going to force you to switch out because of the way I've structured the team, the boss fights. Again, you can check all those out on the dude's decks as well. You can, this is the wrong sheet. You can just check all the boss fights out. I'm not going to scroll through the entire thing, but you can see every single boss fight here and see how they all work and all that fun stuff. Late game, you also get stuff like Head Smash, Rock Wrecker, Headlong Rush. Rock Wrecker and Head Smash are pretty significantly stronger than Strong Jaw, Jagged Fangs. However, Rock Wrecker has the downside of dropping your attack by 2, which is not really that big of a downside in a game where you're getting forced out a lot of times anyways. And then Head Smash is even more spammable with like Moxie. Like Scarf Moxie Head Smash for certain boss fights is really good, even better than Jagged Fangs. So obviously you're taking recoil though. It's not as much recoil as it is in vanilla, but it's still something you gotta be mindful of. But you can definitely still take advantage of it. You just gotta be smarter with it. You got Wicked Blow, which is almost as strong as Jagged Fangs, Strong Jaw Crunch. However, with Moxie, Wicked Blow is significantly better than Crunch, so you could try that if you needed to run a Moxie set for something. Roar is an incredible tool for the 2 difficult double battles around that level cap. 47 is Guzma double battle, and then there is a Aether Foundation 12v12 double battle. Both of those are pretty damn hard, so having Roar, which is now a priority move, to force out, it's 3 PP, so you can force out one side of the field 3 times, and that's a really good double battles tool. Not to mention Z-Roar also gives you +2 attack for free. So Sucker Punch and Accelerock can work really nicely with that. Or you could run like Z-Roar into Rock Polish or something funny if you wanted to try that. It's kind of a, you know, gimmicky idea, but you could definitely pull it off if you cook around it, but you have to really commit to the sweep. Yeah, like I said, tons of great coverage moves. It's a very straightforward mon. Good speed, good attack. I think the attack fits even higher than it used to be in base Mightyena for sweltering because he's like got that rock typing now, and the speed is also just a little bit higher. Then I think it was like 105 before, and it was like 115 attack. It's, you know, and it's also got way more defense than it used to. But it doesn't evolve for Hala, which doesn't really, I mean, I'd rather have, I actually intentionally, well, that's not even worth getting into, but, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's got good stuff even for Illuma, like Sedimend for healing for Illuma, Scary Face to drop his attack and speed by -2, Accelerock, Thief to steal some berries, Rock Blast to bypass Fluffy, all that fun stuff. Yeah, appreciate you listening this far into the video. If you did listen this far into the video, comment Jagged Fangs down below. Shout out to you. And I'll be back, excuse me, to showcase more of these. Yeah, peace. Can I freaking end the recording? I'm not cutting this out. Y'all know I don't edit, man, but yeah, thank you for listening, and peace.